Hey there, folks. Slight delay for today's CSS Daily Battle, but let's do it. All right. Oh, yeah. What do we got? What do we got? We got, the question is, what's the right way to do this? How many elements do we do? Is it just a single element? And if so, what does that look like? If we do nested, really the whole thing is it's linear gradients at a 90-degree angle, right? 90 degrees, green, yellow, 50%, 0, right? And if I do that on the body, let's see, star, and then do a border, solid, red. Oh, no. Forget everything I said. So this, okay, so what do I want? What am I trying to do? I'm having a hard time deciding, actually. So let's go ahead and do exactly what I said, which is we're doing the nested template, which means modifying the HTML element and the body element. So there we go. And it looks weird. So if I do a no repeat, you should be able to see some of that. So I think the margins that I want are on this, on the child element. Yeah, okay. All right, so what do I need to do? Well, one thing I need to do is I need to set color here and narrow this down, 50, 60. Okay, so now I've got that. So then what do I have? Or what do I need to do? I suppose one approach is a conic gradient that's at 0, 0 and is 50% wide and 66% tall, and then is from 90 degrees, transparent, 25%, and then this yellow. So that's a way to do that shape. And then in the background of that, I can do another conic gradient, and that's 66 pixels. I see that that's no good, right? 67 might be 67 might work. Actually, might work. Not really. Okay, and then behind that, if I just do red, you can see what's poking through. I want to repeat Y like that. So that kind of works. And then behind that, I want another conic gradient, because that's my favorite kind of gradient, which is green. It's from 180 degrees, transparent, at 100 pixels, 40 pixels or something, transparent 25%, and then green 0, and then we need a comma between them. You can kind of see what I'm getting at there. All right, so let's get these numbers right. Is this a silly solution? Yeah, maybe. 10, 20, yeah, and then 50 down, 60. 60. And then we need a height on that guy. He's 100% wide, and then 40 pixels tall, 50, 60, 70, 50. And it's not bad, is it? So let's choose some different colors so we can see what the heck we've got here. Okay, so there's a problem. So there's the black. Okay, so what am I doing? I need this to be from what? Well, let's do a no repeat so I can actually see what the heck I'm doing. So again, in terms of debugging, so this height is just wrong. 120. There we go. This is now we're getting right. Okay. Sorry for the mess. It's really I'm not doing anything in the right order. If I get it done, which I probably will, it's not because I'm doing good, not because I'm writing good code. It's because I have enough experience to sort of muddle my way through, and this is definitely in the muddling category from 180 degrees. So I'm just playing around with these guys. So now I can let this repeat. All right, so that's kind of roughly what I wanted to do. Is this too much code? Yeah, it's too much code. It's too much code. All right, so that's all the pieces. Let's submit it and see if we got it. So yeah, I mean, it works. Minify unit replace. And resubmit. What else could I do? One of the tricky issues here is that, so there are a few issues. I chose a kind of a strange way to do it. So let's look at what the other options are. I think that the smart money is still on a linear gradient on the background. Linear. So I'm using a paragraph tag this time. Linear gradient, 90 degrees, green, yellow, and we'll do 50%, 0. So this is what we want on each thing, right? Like, so if we do that, if that's the body, and we do 2 elements, or yeah, if we do 2 elements, then we might be able to do what we want just by altering the margin. So let's do a scale of -1 and do star. Everything gets that background. Well, there it is. So that's so star gets that background, and then the first one. So let's remove this. So now by using margins, we can push this into place. 3, 4, 5, 50, 52. And then the height is 2, 100, 140, 50, 60, 70, 80, 180. There's okay. And then P. And then we create another one. We just push him up, and then his scale is 1. right? So we undo the scaling, and then 110, 112, and then his height is what? Height is 40, maybe it's 50, 60. So that's a little cleaner, right? Like that's, so we're using the body, every element, we actually aren't putting anything directly on the body, but every element will get this. And probably you could do this as a nested thing, but it does require an additional element, I think. So let's variabilize this. We do var dash m, comma, dash m, scale, var dash s, comma, and then we can do dash s, and then the height, var h, and then dash h. Minify. Submit. I'm going to submit it. Actually, I minified before I submitted this solution. I think I've got it. It's a straightforward enough shape that it'll be fine. Maybe unit replacement. I don't think there's any units in pixels, right? Like, no, there's not. Yeah, so I'll resubmit. Final answer. And that's it. So that's you know, fun, small, better code than the conic gradient approach, which is kind of overly complex for what you want there. The other thing kind of to think about is that you could do a border solid yellow, and then border width (30 pixels) 0, 30 pixels 0, 30 pixels 0, 30 pixels 30 pixels. There you go. So this is another technique. I think again, and could we do that on everything? Is there something that we could do in terms of box shadows, whatever? Maybe. You still end up using 2 elements. So I could do the second one. Solid green, right? And then his border widths are, the 0 is here. And then push those into place using margins. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. That's fun. Background. So again, we're going to do the background of a linear gradient. How many times can I write the same background? 90 degrees. The green. 50% yellow. 0. Okay. So there's your items, and then this margin. Then actually, what do I need there? I'm gonna put some color in him so I can see it. Background red. Oop. I don't know what's happening. There it is. Okay, so background red. I want to move him into place with margins. 60, 50, 52, and so 200, 0. So see that? See that pushing into place? So that margin 40, 50, 60. This is 60 as well. Is that 60 as well? Yeah, it's a square margin, and his height is 40, 50, 60, sure. That's in place. Oh, that's almost correct. So that, I guess this one of these numbers is wrong. How about 192? All right. So now on the second one, and I guess we need these to be 60s. Yep, 60, 60, 60. And then the color of him, we don't see him because he's yellow. Background. And we'll say scarlet. And his margins, he's been pushed completely off, so he needs a negative margin at the top. And probably the opposite number, so 52, 0, 192. And there he is. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there he is. All right, so then we variabilize this var dash color. And so dash dash C is that. Border width we could variabilize. Var W. And can we do? We can remove the pixel values. So then this becomes dash dash W. We don't need the background, and then margin variabilize as well. Var dash dash M, comma, and then he's dash dash M. Let's submit. Is this a better technique? I'm not confident about that, but it's slightly simpler, maybe. Minify, unit replace. Oh, no, I worked it. It should be 60, 60. There we go. Yeah, so that's going to come back as a bad score. Let's resubmit with a good score. Check it out, check it out, check it out. Yeah, so it's another way, but not better. So we got some good solutions there. Thanks for watching. Hope you had a good day. Participated in the live stream, the Saturday Night Live from CSS Battle today, and that was fun to watch. The top solutions get explored. My solutions are not top solutions, and that's just fine. I like doing them and having them be code that is somewhat readable and understandable for people. I do appreciate that a lot. I like looking at these and thinking about them, and just going through the practice of how do we make elements on pages and how do we make them look like what we want them to look like. It's really fun. Have a good day. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.